So a year ago was when I wrote my very first spoken word piece, and I, so a few of you have heard it because I shared it at a workshop a couple months later, but I realized that I never shared it at open mic or anywhere else. So for its 1 year anniversary of creation, I decided to bring it back to life. So this is the very first thing I wrote, and it's called "Why Are You So Quiet?" And it's intended to be a little bit ironic in that it's a spoken response to the way that people often respond to me for not talking as much as they think that I should. My microphone is weird. On my way to Sunday service, minding my own business, somebody stopped me. "Why are you so quiet? Always lurking around here?" "Ugh," they said. I knew before they spoke, by the way they looked at me, what they were gonna say, because it's the same thing that people always say to me. "Why are you so quiet?" And not in a "are you okay" kind of way, or "I'd like to get to know you better" kind of way, but in a "what is wrong with you" kind of way. Demanding an explanation that will drain my resources, already depleted from living in a world that is not made for me and does not want me. Before you argue with me about that, let me tell you the things that people say to me. "I would rather die than be like you. If I were as quiet as you, I'd kill myself." "You should just kill yourself." "Weirdo, freak, monstrosity. How do you stand to be yourself? God made a mistake in creating you. You cannot be the way that you are." But that is the way that I am, the way I was made, and I must constantly justify my existence, defend my right to be, to breathe, to take up space, to move through spaces, the same spaces that fly rainbow flags and hang Black Lives Matter banners touting inclusivity, but still questioning and shaming those that cannot adhere to the known as neurotypical, but I say neurodominant, ways of being, including the so-called normal amount of speaking. Because words have become a required currency in the false prosperity that has actually extracted productivity. Under white supremacist, heteropatriarchal, capitalist hierarchy, I must fill the space so that you don't have to feel the space. Because what would happen if you had space to feel? Feeling leads to questioning your own discomfort, your own privilege, your own oppression. Perhaps, what would it take to dismantle the system that holds us all captive, that manufactures gouty purses alongside genocides? The system cannot allow that to happen. It must keep us busy and chattering to uphold it so it can continue to pit us against each other, othering one another, because in order for it to maintain, some people must always remain oppressed. So clearly, the most pressing issue of the times, while the earth is literally dying, is to ask me, "Why are you so quiet?" If I do try to explain, I'm dismissed anyway. Too sensitive, attention-seeking, drama queen, invalid way of being. I know how to perform, wear a mask, say the scripted poem, smile and nod, wait to cry until I get home. But do you know that none of us are free until we're all free? Nobody is free until we're all free. We're not yet free. In progressive spaces, it's no longer acceptable to say, "Why can't you walk? Why are you so fat? Why are you so queer?" If anyone dared to speak like that, someone, if not the entire room, would rise up and intervene, advocating on their behalf that we welcome all people and they do not have to explain their existence. But why are you so quiet? Only makes all eyes turn to me, turn on me as if to say, "Yes, why are you so quiet? I've been wondering the same." And the room closes in, frozen in place, icicles searing my breath and snaring my throat, encapsulating my voice. And nobody speaks for me. And then you wonder, why am I so quiet? But the real question is, why are you so uncomfortable with silence? Woo! Yeah.